Terri, coming to you from the Space Coast of sunny Florida. I'm Terri, a retired PT assistant who has worked with seniors my entire career. My mission is to be a senior advocate to connect you with an amazing network of resources in Brevard County because we care about our seniors. Now, my trivia question today is, what was the most common scam in 2025? The reason I'm asking that is because of my guest, Ernie Dorling. Ernie was a federal law enforcement agent, university professor for 19 years, wrote 4 books, and writes for the Viera Voice in Senior Life. And you have written an article about my podcast, which I really appreciate getting the word out about the podcast so that people know what resources are out there so that in this challenging time of their life, they know that there's some help out there for them. So welcome to the show, Ernie.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here, and happy to do that story about you, too, by the way. I think it's an excellent service that you're doing for the seniors out here in Brevard County, and the story was fun to write. So
good. Well, that's good. So you're originally from Connecticut, and you moved to... Are you originally from Connecticut?
No,
okay,
wasn't.
okay.
I was sent up there by Washington in 1991 to run the office when I was a federal agent up there, and had a great time for 18 years in Connecticut. But that's in my rearview mirror now. I'm back in Florida. I had enough of the cold weather. So.
Yeah. So you've been here, though. You moved here 17 years ago?
17 years ago we came down.
Wow.
Yeah, we left that cold weather behind us, and but I wouldn't trade that time for anything.
Right.
It was a great time up there. So.
It's a beautiful state.
Area. Lots of friends up there. Yeah.
So you came here to retire and play golf, huh?
Well, sort of.
And,
Yes, I sort of came down here for the better weather and the golf, but I continued working up until COVID, teaching for the University of New Haven. I was still on the faculty. I'd fly up there several times a year, and I would teach graduate seminars, teach online, develop courses. Spent a couple of semesters at our campus in Italy, north of in Tuscany.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they had a nice role for me up there. That they were very generous, creating a very unique position for me. But when COVID hit, it was time to go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, it's nice to have you here in Florida with us.
Well, we're going to be here for a long time.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, well, you are a perfect guest to talk about identity theft, which is a scary thing for anybody, but especially for seniors. You know, those of us who have worked hard all our lives and we have our savings, we don't want that wiped out. And there's just so much, just so much out there that you can help educate us on about that. And I know we were talking before about seniors, that we are the ones that are the most targeted because our generation, we trusted people. We were very trustworthy. Our word, our word was solid. And now you just can't trust people.
Well,
which is sad.
It's the fastest growing crime out there right now. It has been for some years. It's only going to get worse. And seniors, and I hate to put an age range on it, but we all know who we are. We know who's seniors, and some of us, including me, might be a little delusional at times, not think of ourselves as seniors. But the fact of the matter is, I fall into that just like a lot of people. But seniors are most susceptible to it. All of the research data confirms or shows that seniors are the most targeted group and the most victimized from it for a variety of reasons. As you indicated, we come from a different generation. We did trust people. Remember my father telling me, if a man is only as good as his handshake, his man is as good as his word. Well, that ship has sailed, I think, a long time ago. And then technology has advanced so much that sometimes it's seniors. I try my best to stay on top of the advancements, and every now and then I'll stumble and I'll need help. But if you don't do that every day, it can catch up. It can leave you behind. Banks really don't want you coming into the bank anymore. They want you going online and doing their banking. They don't want you writing checks anymore. They want everything done electronically these days. So it's very important for everyone, seniors especially, to do their very best to try to stay abreast with these changes, so that they can function in that environment, and at the same time not be victimized.
I know. I have not online banked yet because it scares me to death to think that somebody could get into my computer and wipe my money out. So give me some assurance here,
Well,
Ernie,
let me.
because
I would encourage you to revisit that. Online banking is very secure. Password protected. Things are encrypted. The banks go to great pains to keep your money safe, and so it makes it a lot easier for everyone involved if you can do that. Where people run into trouble is they give out personal information, and they should never do that unless you know who that person is. Never give out personal information unless you have generated the call. Your banks are never going to call you ever for personal information or to confirm your date of birth or social security number or those sort of things. So I would encourage you to revisit that. Online banking is very secure. It's a lot easier. The last thing I want to do is spend a lot of time standing in a line at a bank. Every now and then I don't have any choice, but I avoid it when I can.
All right. Well, I'll have to think about that a little bit more. It is so much more convenient when you do have online banking. So I will. So identity theft. How would you define identity theft?
Well, there's a lot of different ways to define it. Think of it in the most simplistic terms. Somebody stealing your identity to use it for something that is illegal. And so what is your identity? Who are you? Well, you have a name, okay? You have an address, you have a date of birth, you have a social security number, you have a cell phone with a cell phone number, bank accounts, you have online passwords. All of this is part of who you are, part of your identity. And that's the information the unscrupulous people out there want. They want that information piecemeal at a time, and when they get it, they can assume themselves, and they will become Terri. And that's what you want to avoid. That's identity theft.
Okay. So what are some variations of crimes that you see with identity theft?
About every type of crime conceivable.
Right.
The most prevalent is they want to steal your money. They want to use your credit card to purchase things. They want to take out loans in your name. It's all about money. They might want to use your identity. Now, there are some very, you might read in novels and sort of thing, and it does exist. It's not as prevalent, but it certainly is out there. They might want to assume your identity because maybe they're being targeted or trying to elude police or law enforcement and that sort of thing. But the primary reason is they want money from you. And that's the crime.
Yeah, there's like phishing where there's like deceptive emails and texts and
that's one way that they use to get your information that we just talked about. They'll go phishing with it. People that are on Facebook, what was your favorite song when the year you were born. Well, now you tell them and you were born in 1969. Of course, that probably doesn't apply to most of your viewers who are seniors, but if you tell them my favorite song of 1969 was, or what year did you join the Marine Corps? 1969. They have a pretty good idea what your date of birth, not date, but what year you were born. See, they're starting to put little pieces of information together. You know, your favorite color. What was your did you have a dog growing up, and what is your favorite dog? What was your dog's name? They're just fishing for pieces of information, and you think, or it appears to be very innocent and it isn't. They're fishing for information.
Right, or like, what was your mother's maiden name? Don't know.
Always,
always.
always.
That's like yeah. Well,
I would never give that over the phone.
I know. That's like a big thing there, the mother's maiden name.
Yeah. If I called my credit card company and they're trying to confirm who I am after I've called them for information, and they ask me, what certain informations that I put down for security, sure, I'm going to do that. But I'm not offering that information to anybody when my phone rings.
Well, then too, they have, like, with the grandparent, it's like they get a call from supposedly from the grandson or whatever, and says, "Grandma, I'm in trouble. I need money."
Yeah,
and
that's what they're doing here is they're exploiting human emotions. That's what they're doing. They're exploiting the fact that you're trusting, that you want to help someone, that you're afraid, or you're just curious about something. But if you got that type of call, and I've heard that many times, that the grandson or granddaughter's in trouble and they need to send money right away, well, the grandparent is thinks that their grandson or grandchild is in a lot of trouble, and they want to help. That's what anybody would do. Any grandparents would do. So again, what they're doing most often, going after or concentrating on your emotions, and they want to do that.
Right. And then too, there's like a romance thing, like like Shania Twain, needs your money or something like that, or there's other.
Well, if Shania,
or not, I know.
If Shania Twain if I'm getting a message from Shania Twain and she needs my money, I know right away that's a scam.
I know they were saying that somebody was saying that at something I went to that they kept on getting these things like from Shania Twain, and she needed money and she wanted to see them, and I was like, Shania Twain does not need your money.
Shania Twain doesn't need
your money. Or I
Yeah.
guess just romance, just people try to romance, because like you said, there's a lot of lonely people out. There's a lot of lonely people, and they fall for some of these things, and yeah. Or your tech support, like virus, sometimes, you have a virus, you need to click on this. This link, and it's like, I'm not clicking on any link here, buddy.
Yeah, I've had that happen. Unplug the computer.
Yeah.
Unplug it, and
Really?
99% of the time it's just going to reboot, and you're going to be fine. But if you call that number, they don't want you rebooting that computer. If that happens to you, I just unplug it.
Really?
Let it sit for an hour and
So
30 minutes.
Okay, so you you unplug it, because if I have my laptop and it's charged up, are you saying just shut it off? Yeah, just shut it off.
Turn it off.
Okay.
Shut it off.
Just shut it off for a while.
Shut it off.
Okay. Well, it happened like on my phone. It was like the other day. It was like viruses on my phone, and I just ignored it. But I should just turn off the phone and
Turn off the phone and reboot it.
Okay. And then leave it off for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get too many of those on the phone. Whatever technology they're using with the phone companies on these Apple and Droids, I don't get many of those. They exist, but I've been fortunate. But I would turn the phone off.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay. And what are some some red flags? Like if you were just saying, I guess the information that they ask for, like what information that they ask, and do they pressure you to act quickly? It's like, you need to do this now.
Yes.
Yes.
The red flags are I'll give you a quick example. I have a very good friend who will they will remain anonymous, of course, and they're seniors in their 80s, and they she received an email that basically said your PayPal account has been credited with, I think it was at $18.50 or something, to some small amount. And if that's not correct, please call this number. But it's, well, she doesn't have a PayPal account. That should be a red flag. If you don't have a PayPal account, why would you call the number that's on this email that's been sent to you? But she did, and she got. They got her on the phone and convinced her that they were from the bank and that needed her help. That somebody inside the bank that they were targeting or investigating was doing this. Would she be willing to help the bank catch this person? She's in her 80s, early 80s. She wanted to help. And they were giving her a lot of attention. So she did. And she allowed them to get into her computer. They sent her a link and allowed her to get in, them to get in. And at that point, they had access to everything she had. Credit card account numbers, credit cards, banking information, and so forth. And, well, the long story short of it, they convinced her to go to another branch, not the one she used, and transfer some money, and they would be monitoring this all the way and catch the person involved. And unbeknownst to her, they saw that she had a very limited amount in her checking and savings account, but they had a very large home equity line of credit, and they got that account, and they were able to use the amount that they told her that had been credited in her PayPal account, change a decimal point, and she ended up losing $78,000.
Wow.
Not cash, because she didn't have that in her accounts, but what she did have was that home equity line of credit, and they were able to draw from that. And within a snap of a finger, within 2 seconds, wherever that money was sent is now gone into other foreign countries somewhere, and they can't even trace it, and they can't get it back.
Yeah.
And she was liable for that. They were liable for it because they had instructed her to go to a specific branch. And when she went there, the people at the bank asked her 3 times, if you really want to do this, are you sure? And she said, yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, we're doing it. Because she thought, she was convinced that she was helping the security department of that bank catch somebody inside the bank that was stealing money.
Wow.
And that's how good they are. So that's
a shame.
So when you get an email, to answer your question, it's a long answer, and I apologize. That's a red flag. If you get any type of email, text message from anyone that you don't have those types of accounts, you don't know these people, that's a red flag. I don't know if there's more of a red flag than that.
Okay. And then, too, sometimes they, like, request payment in gift cards, crypto, or wire transfers.
Yep.
Is that what
that's what they did with her.
about?
They had her wire the money. They did that. Same thing with gift cards. I still buy gift cards for the grandkids, and I'm not suggesting anybody stop doing that. I think what you have to do is you have to look at those gift cards real closely when you buy them. Make sure they haven't been tampered with, or the code hasn't been scratched off, or something on the back. Those sort of things. We may see a day. I think, that where those gift cards are behind the counter like cigarettes before you can get them.
Well, you know what? I guess I really didn't think about, because I do buy gift cards. I love giving gift cards. So when you buy them off the shelf like that somebody could, that they tampered, like, how would they, like, if I bought a gift card, from the store, how would I be scammed by that. That
They can scratch off a code in the back,
Okay.
a barcode or a code, and that's just one way. And maybe the clerk doesn't catch it.
Okay. So I would be if I bought a $50 gift card, I'd pay $50. But then if I went to use it, I wouldn't be able to
There's
use
no money
it
left on it.
because
The money's
okay.
gone.
Okay. So it's not something to do with my
No.
bank account or anything. It's
No.
the gift card. Okay.
No.
So you just make sure that it hasn't been scratched out or anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Watch it. Look at the card very closely. Make sure it hasn't been tampered with in any way
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
And seniors, me being one
I
of them.
don't think
I
of
mean,
it,
I'm trying to not be one, but I have no, but I am.
You don't have a choice
I
there,
don't have any
Ernie.
choice.
There's
No,
no
I can't.
choice.
I've been fighting it for
Embrace
a
it.
long time, and I'm going to go down swinging. Just a few years ago, before my father passed, he gave me a $100 Visa card for Christmas, and I gave him a Visa card for $100. So seniors love to give Visa cards because a lot of seniors, and again, there's exceptions to everything, don't want to go shopping. They don't know what to buy grandkids anymore.
Right.
I don't know what to buy my wife anymore. We stopped doing that a long time ago because there's nothing I
It's
want
like,
to
I
do
don't
less
know.
than go shopping anymore. So
Well, money's always good. Money or gift cards. I know, like when my nephews were younger, I gave them money, or just
I
give
remember
them
those
money
days.
because
Yeah.
I'm like, and they were happy. People are happy with that. It's like just give money.
Speaking of money, again, writing checks. And again, as I mentioned, the bank really doesn't want you writing checks. But if you're going to write a check and put it in a gift card, take it to the post office.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put it in your mailbox. It was, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, my brother wrote a check and put it in a card or something and put it in the mailbox. Well, they stole his mail.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they had his whole entire bank account. And they were able to get in it because they had the account number. And I don't know how they got his password, but they had fished and got enough, and they drained his bank account.
Wow.
They drained it from him.
I know. I made sure that when I moved into my townhouse, nobody else has a locked one, and I'm like, I'm getting a locked mailbox because I don't care. They can find me. They can do whatever we want, but I'm gonna get a lock on my mail, on my mailbox, and then to watch like the spelling errors too. Sometimes like it might say like U.S. Post Office or they might USPS and they might spell it wrong or do something's a little bit off on that. So it's like
All those emails you're getting, every single one of them, that's those types of misspellings that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And if you want to check, just click where the email address that's come the drop down, and you'll see it's nothing that we use here. And again, just delete it. Put it into your spam. Call it, spam. Delete it and get it out of there. They want you to respond. If you don't respond, you're fine.
Yeah, I always just try to delete them. I don't even, like
Delete
I said,
'em.
I don't, like phone calls, I don't even, if I don't know who they are, I just don't answer. And I'm like, if they want to leave me a message, that's fine.
I tell everyone if you're not in my contact list, I don't answer the phone.
Right.
You can leave a message, and I'll check those. And
Right.
now, okay, I need to call you back. But if you're not in there, I'm not picking up.
Right.
As a matter of routine, no.
Right. Right. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Now, what if you become a victim? What steps do you take if you become a victim?
There's a number of them. The first thing I tell people to do is if you're a victim in Brevard County, if you're here where we live, but this wherever your viewers might be, it doesn't matter. Call the police. Now, there are departments around the country that are just simply not geared up to deal with this. They're handling, everything from accidents to domestic disturbances to assaults and whatnot. But local police, as a general rule, are not trained or geared up or have the manpower or the time in order to deal with identity theft. Here in Brevard County, most of the departments here, and especially our sheriff, they understand the complexities involved in a identity theft case, and they understand the importance of that initial police report. And they'll send somebody down to take that report. And you want that report because you want a police number. Everybody that you're going to have to deal with subsequently, from your credit card companies to insurance companies to other financial institutions and so forth, they are going to want that police report. And if you live outside of Brevard County, if you live somewhere where the police are going to try to avoid having to take that report, if it means you getting in the car and going to the station and seeing who's ever behind the desk, you get that reported and you get a case number. Bear in mind, they're not going to put a lot of man hours into investigating it, but they'll get you a police report number. That's number one. You need to do that. Okay. The next step, you've got to contact your financial institutions. And that's your banks, your credit unions, your credit card companies, anybody that you do any type of financial business with, you contact them. If you have a financial advisor, get a hold of them right away. They should help you navigate that minefield that you're about to enter. But report it to the local police, then start contacting all of your financial institutions. That's your first step. Okay, right there. Cancel your credit cards. Cancel anything that has anything to do with your finances. You need to report it to all of the credit reporting agencies: Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. If you're traveling and your passport has been compromised or stolen, contact the State Department. If your light driver's license has been taken or compromised, contact the DMV. There's a litany of places that you have to start contacting and follow it up with phone calls and follow it up with correspondence if necessary.
Okay.
And you can go on there. There are online places that you can Google or that will help you draft a letter, very short, to each of these places to follow up on that phone call. But document everything. Get a little tablet out, who you talk to on a particular date, what time you talk to them, their name, and their position in the organization. So you have a record that you have reported these things.
Okay. So how do they get your information? Like one example is dumpster diving.
Well, dumpster diving, we did that in law enforcement when a lot of young agents like myself, if you go out and look through people's trash, once they put it out on the curb, the courts have decreed that the right of privacy is kind of gone. If you've thrown it out and you've put it out there to be picked up, your right of privacy is kind of dwindled there. So, but yeah, they'll it's amazing what companies and people throw out. I encourage everyone to have a very small shredder in the house and shred those important documents, bank statements, whatever that has your data on it, shred it, or bag it. And then when various agencies have days where you can bring it in for free and they'll do a burn or bag it and shred it for you, do that. So yes, dumpster diving, they go through and they get everything that you've thrown out to get information. They'll steal your wallets. They'll steal your mail. They'll pose as retail agents. They get your information online. They pay insiders to do that. That still happens. You got to just be careful. There's so many ways to get information, and we're, all of us out there, have to be a little bit more vigilant. Watch what we're throwing out, and watch who we share information with.
Right. I mean, I know a lot of the dumpster diving. You see that all the time on the police shows.
Yes. Well,
They're like, all right, it's my turn. You know?
Take it from me. When you're a young agent and there's a call for someone to do that, the older agents are not doing it. It's the younger people that are doing it. Yeah, I was in those dumpsters, and then I've sent young people into those dumpsters.
Right. Then when you got old, old enough and you've earned your seniority, you're like, get the young kids out there.
Get the young kids, yeah. And plus at my age, I can't even think. I might get into the dumpster, but I'm probably not getting out with that help. So.
Right. Well, I know I have a micro shredder. Yeah, don't do the ones with just the strips because they can put that stuff back together. I have like the micro shredder. I make sure it's confetti. Yeah. So anything with my name on it, if it has my name, it goes into the shredder. But yeah, AARP has like every couple months they have different like shredding trucks that you can take your stuff to for free that they'll shred that.
Our sheriff in Brevard County does it here too. You can go on the
oh really?
On their website, and they'll give you the dates and the locations they're doing that.
Oh well, that's good. That's good to know. Because sometimes people there's a lot of stuff for them to shred because.
Yeah, we have a sheriff in this county who's.
Oh, I love him.
He is the expert on identity theft. He did that back when he worked for FDLE. So.
Yeah, I love Sheriff Ivy. I said my dad was a Pennsylvania State policeman, and he reminds me of my dad. He was my dad was a big guy, and he was just very friendly. Everybody loved him. But yeah, we're very blessed to have him as our sheriff.
I think so.
Yeah. So you're saying things like to collect your incoming mail promptly. If you have a mailbox, get your mail. Important federal.
Yeah, I don't. On those rare occasions when I have to send a check through the mail, it goes into the post office.
Right.
I don't. At least if it's going to get stolen, it'll get stolen on the other end. And cut it down. In terms of my mail, the post office will send you an email every morning showing you what mail is coming that day.
Really?
It will. You have to go online. It's just very simple. It takes a couple of minutes to sign up for it. And I get a daily morning email every day. I know what's coming into the mail. And so if I know that, and I don't know about you, but 90% of what I get in the mail is junk. I think about 12 times a week I get something from Viking Cruises telling me about cruise stuff. And my wife will ask occasionally, "Did you get the mail today?" I said, "No, it's just nothing but junk. I'll get it tomorrow, if we're coming in late or something." But now it's a kind of a joke at our house, and we'll come in from a late evening or something. She said, "Did you get the junk today? Did you get the junk out of the?" No, I didn't get the junk. But
junk out of the mailbox today.
The mailbox.
Yeah.
But sign up for that. You know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
That's interesting. But I know because it makes me so nervous when I see people have you see the mail with the clothespin on it on the mailbox, and I'm like, oh my gosh, don't do that. Take it to the mail. Take it to the post office. Don't leave it there. Anybody could come and get that. And like you said, if you have a check in there, you could have a check for
never
that.
Never go outside and put an envelope in there with a check in it. Put the flag up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Right.
There's your red flag.
Yeah, there's
right
That's right. So just a lot of common sense, like secure your ID. And...
It is common sense, and and you're going to need to exercise common sense more as technology continues. Technology is not cyclical. Technology is growing at a pace that a lot of us, especially seniors, are not keeping up with.
Yeah, because it's hard to keep up with it. And they're getting smarter and smarter because it's like, you might think that, okay, all right, well, this scan is here, and okay, I know how to handle that one, but then something else new is going to come up, and with AI and everything, it's so hard, and there's just nasty people out there, and sometimes you just wonder, how do you put your head on your pillow at night and sleep?
They don't.
But
care.
they don't. Yeah, they can. They have no. No trouble whatsoever.
Well, you get into an entirely different conversation and an entirely different show if you want to do one on sociopaths, which I taught at the university.
Oh, really? Yes. Yeah.
You want to talk about sociopaths, and most people they watch too many TV shows. the vast majority, there's like less than 1% of the sociopaths out there are killers. The rest are
Oh, really?
politicians, they're corporate executives, and they're people stealing your identity. Because so to answer your question, they don't have any problem sleeping at night. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
No,
Amazes
if
me.
you've been victimized, then shame on you. You deserve to be a victim. So they sleep just fine.
I know. It amazes me. So, is there anything else that you'd like to mention that I haven't?
No, you've covered pretty much. Again, common sense. Don't give out any of your information. Don't be afraid of online banking.
Okay.
I think it's more secure.
Okay.
It's more secure, Terry.
Okay.
I promise you. If you don't give out any of your personal information, you're going to be fine. The banks are going to like you a lot more. They're not giving out toasters anymore like they did when we were kids.
I have such a friendly bank, though. The ladies are so nice, and I love the one financial guy, Josh. He's great.
Yeah.
And so,
Sure. Well,
and I bring things in. I bring food in for him sometimes, but I know it would just be so much more convenient if it was online. But is there like a two-step? Like now they have like a two-step thing. It's like if you.
I get it all the time.
Yeah,
okay. I'm constantly. Almost everything I deal with these days, I'm getting a text message for the two-step authentication.
Okay.
And sign up for that if that bothers you. And I use it all the time. They want to make sure I'm who I am.
Okay.
And again, I would encourage everyone that does online banking, have credit cards that are, comfortable doing those kind of things. I make sure to do it almost every day. Every day. There's an occasional day when I miss, but I check my bank accounts. I check my credit card accounts and make sure there's nothing there that shouldn't be there. The charges are up. I would tell people, I would encourage seniors, don't carry your Medicare cards with you. Don't do that. There's information on there that you don't, people don't want to have. My students years ago, almost everyone, show of hands, 90% of them were carrying around their Social Security card with them.
Yeah, that's.
When was the last time anybody asked to see your Social Security card?
Right.
That doesn't happen.
They just want your number.
Yeah. Don't carry. My dad used to do this. It used to drive me crazy before he passed. He would carry blank checks with him or his checkbook, and then he would go. He'd get to the checkout line in the grocery store or Publix, and he would wait until everything was tallied up, and they'd give him the bill, and he'd pull out that, and then start writing it, and the line is behind him.
Oh.
I said, Dad, what are you doing? He says, well, I don't know how much it's going to be. Well, okay, the date hasn't changed. It hasn't. The Publix, the name of the place hasn't changed. But why would you don't carry a checkbook if you don't have to? And if you do, watch, ladies, watch your purse. Don't leave it in the cart. I found one here just a few months ago as I was checking out a Publix, and there was a cart that had been left in the parking lot with a lady's purse in it with everything in it.
Oh, my.
And I know she unloaded her groceries and just pulled off and left it. It was gone.
Wow.
I don't carry anything with me except in my phone case, other than my driver's license and one credit card. The only reason I have a credit card in there is because there's still a few places out there that don't take the scan that I have set up on the phone, which is much more secure.
Okay. I didn't think about like my checkbook because it's like I do use my debit card, and I know you say that's not good to use your debit card, but
here's the thing. Here's the difference. The debit card, once they get that information, and if your debit card is compromised, they can drain your bank account, and you're liable. If you use a credit card, that's the bank's money, and the bank's going to make you whole.
But everybody charges you 3% interest on that Discover card on your card.
They're doing it everywhere now.
Yeah.
Restaurants, their add-ons. Yeah. I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
It may be the price of doing business in our new world.
Stinks.
None
I know,
of us
it's
like
terrible.
it.
Yeah.
But
Because all the points.
It is what it is.
Yeah, the points that you accumulate, it's taken up with the interest that you pay for using the card. But I didn't think about the checkbook though, because you know what? I just like to enter like what I spent, but I can leave my checks at home and just have just the register of what I paid if I decide not to.
I would
use the
encourage you
credit
to
card.
use that credit card a little bit more. Leave that debit card at home.
Yeah.
And again, if that gets stolen or compromised, the credit card company is going to make you whole.
Okay.
And if that debit card is compromised, probably not so much.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know.
Yeah, don't worry about the 3% everywhere you go. Not everybody's doing the 3%. Some are.
Mostly.
But,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Unless you buy, I guess you could like get like a card and put a certain amount of money on it and use that rather than like if you can get those cards that you can put so much money on it.
You could do
That's
that.
like that, and then you wouldn't have to
you
pay.
could do
It's
that
just like
unless you lose it or it gets
right,
stolen.
right. But otherwise, okay. I just thought about that.
Yeah,
like
you're not going to
a
get your
second
points
ago.
with those cards.
Right. Well, it evens out anyway with the other way. But okay.
Use the credit card.
Okay. Okay, Ernie.
Okay. Use the credit card.
Is there anything else that we need
No,
to
I think
talk
you've
about
covered,
identity?
Yeah,
Okay.
you've covered it pretty good. There's again, common sense is gonna rule the day for you.
Yeah, don't trust anybody. You just can't.
Well, I
No,
don't know
don't
about
trust
that,
not
trust
anybody,
anybody.
not anybody, but
don't trust
but,
anybody you
yeah,
don't
no,
know.
Right, that you don't know.
That
Excuse
you
me, I
don't
need to
know.
rephrase that. Right,
Yeah.
right, that you don't know. Yeah, let me rephrase that. Right, but that's true. But and also, I want to thank you for your service of 6 years of being in the Marine Corps.
No, I didn't do much. I spent a lot of time at the NCO club, but thank you.
Oh no, you do a lot. You do a lot. My dad was a Marine. My dad was funny because he said, I'd say, Dad, could you do this or that? And he'd say, I can do anything because I was a Marine. And I was like, that's right, Dad. And he could. My dad could do almost anything. He was very handy.
I had a drill instructor tell me, he says, there's nothing in this world I can't do except give birth or time travel.
Yeah.
And I'm working on time travel right now.
That's funny. That is funny. Well, the trivia question is, in 2025, what was the most common scan? Was
Well, the impersonation.
Right,
Yeah, they're impersonating
imposter scam.
imposters of other people. So
Right. And so then I always end with a quote, but I have two quotes from Frank Abagnale.
yeah, yep,
from
yep.
Catch Me. It's from Catch Me If You Can. I love that movie. That was such a good movie.
great story about him.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to give two because I couldn't decide which one. A con artist's only weapon is your trust. And the other one is the biggest difference between a con man and a legitimate businessman is the con man has a better personality
Well,
because they know how to charm you.
yes, they do. because so many of them, that's a trait of a sociopath. Mm-hmm. They find your weakness and they play to it, and they have this charming personality.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's what makes a good con man, or else you'd be a lousy con man if you didn't have the personality.
They are, and that's why identity theft is so appealing to those people.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Well, thank you, Ernie. Thank you for being on the program and
My pleasure.
enlightening the audience and me, me as well, about identity theft and things to avoid, and and to trust my banking online a little bit more. So I'm steering that way. So.
Good for
So
you.
thank you. Yes.
All right.
Well, I've enjoyed my time with Ernie today, and I look forward to our next episode of Time with Terri. If you want to become part of the conversation, you can email me with your questions, ideas, or concerns at timewithterryshow@gmail.com. And just a reminder, reach out to someone today and be a blessing, and you'll be blessed too. Bye.